Welcome back to Weld.com. I'm Bob over at Franken-Fab. This is my main man Cricket, aka Count Dracula. Today we are going to repair this bucket for a customer. It is pretty mangled, as you can see. Got some serious damage on both sides here. Apparently the operator isn't much of an operator. So we got a lot of work to do here. First things first, we're going to do a lot of prepping, cleaning up. We got to do some cutting, clean all this stuff out, and then we're going to get to heating. And we got a pad eye to pull some stuff up. We obviously got some chains here ready to suck all this back together. We're gonna weld it out tight, and we're gonna stack some heavy gussets inside and outside of this bucket so that if that operator gets this bucket again, he's not gonna do the same thing. So let's get started and let's see how this prep goes. All right, Cricket just got done cleaning all this up. So now it's time to get to torching. We got a scarfing tip here, which is curved so that you can get up onto your plate and then wash out your welds. Kind of helps keep your parent material there and then get rid of what you need to get rid of. After we get everything cleaned up, we're gonna switch over to this rosebud, and we're gonna use that to heat up all the plate that we're keeping and try and suck it back into where it belongs. So this is that pad eye we were talking about. Cricket's gonna sew it up inside of here. He's gonna put it down pretty tight because we're gonna chain it to that ear up there, and then we're gonna put some heat on it and we're gonna crank it up tight so that we can sew this up right here. There's a little gap you'll be able to see here in just a second. We're gonna close that gap with this pad eye and chain and some heat. All right, throughout this repair, we were gonna be running our Lincoln electric welder generators. These are Eagle 10,000s, but they same as a Ranger 225. Everything's the same, just depends on where you're getting them from. We're gonna be burning a couple different rods. Our 7018s are both gonna be Bowler. We're gonna have an 1/8 inch rod and a 5/32 rod. And then for our root pass on a lot of things that we're gonna be doing, we're gonna use this Technoweld 6010 so that we can really get in there with our penetration, but we're gonna cap everything out with our 7018. All right, if you've noticed, we got a lot of chain and binders and ratchets and all sorts of cool things going on here. We are using this to bring the tension and tighten everything back up inside of here to close the mouth on this. As you see, it's already getting closer. We got a lot of work to do on this side still, but I wanted to bring to attention that when you are using chain and binder systems, even if you're using heat and temperature, just always cover your butt and give yourself a backup. We have quite a few going, even off of the first one we started. That one still has tension on it. We've relieved the tension, untightened all these other ones. We still tighten that one just because we want to make sure we have enough forward pressure. If something pops or something happens, we got something that's going to cover us. Plus, they're all doing their job right now, and they're pulling this back together because we don't have the luxuries of a piece of excavator that broke it to just push it back into place. So this is part of what we do here in the shop, and this is how we get things done. All right, today is tomorrow here at Franken-Fab, and as you can see, Cricket already got this side a little bit more prepped for us. We're gonna keep rolling forward with sucking the rest of this back together using our clucus of chains here. As you can see, we got that side over there tied in, but we are not completed yet, so we are gonna stack some more on there, and we're also gonna add in our gussets today, as long as we get everything sucked back up properly. We still got a lot of tension on these chains, but we're gonna add a bunch more heat today on this side, and then we're gonna get this sucked up and sew it up. All right, so as you can see, we cut a little stress reliever here inside of the bay, and we started to pull this up, and it looks like we're gonna need to cut a little bit more, mostly because of the ripple that's in this belly here. It's just causing our materials not to tie in so much. So we're just gonna cut it a little bit more free, bring it back up to where it needs to be snug, and then that'll be part of what we weld out completely inside of the deck. All right, so you see we got our bucket turned up. Wasn't the most ideal situation to do it. Also, isn't the safest position to leave this thing in. We do have it tied to our chain fall, to our I-beam on the ceiling. And then we have a bunch of extra safeties here. However, we are not getting underneath this thing. I do need to cut a little bit more of a stress reliever here. I'm gonna cut it on this wear plate under here so that we can get the plate back up on the inside. And then we're gonna finish out the inside, and then we'll be able to roll the whole thing over, and then we'll backfill what we cut out on this side, and then we'll finish all our tie-in, and then we'll move on to our braces. We are finishing up inside here. I got some more welding to do to sew up these seams, to join everything together. A little more build up. And then Cricket, as you see, got our plates cut over there. We're gonna start setting them in here and heating them and bending them, and then getting them all sewed up. Big time. We got our Lincoln Electric LN25 Pro, best mobile MIG on the market. We got it hooked up right now with our quick connects to our lead reel, and we got our ground running just like ground typically runs, and we got our positive hooked up to our stinger side. This is the other ground that comes off the machine that connects everything, brings life into this thing. So we're gonna hook it up right here so you guys can see how it works. And now if that was hooked up to our parent material, we're ready to weld. So we're just gonna dial in our wire feed speed. We're gonna do a little bit of adjusting, so that might pop up here in the screen as we're rolling. So let's check it out. All right, so here it is. We are like 95% tied up. We're on the last side. You see we put those stacks on the inside, those brace gussets. We got some right here for the outside, obviously for the outside. We are gonna finish these. We got a few more to go on here, and we're gonna get you guys some pictures because it's getting late. We're gonna send the cameraman on his way, and I'm gonna clean up my filthy shop. So download our app if you don't already have it, which you should already have it because it is the best app in town. It is a global hub for all of us welders. Reach out, highlight your business, highlight your weld work, ask us questions, promote yourself, promote other people, promote Cricut. There's e-learning, there's all kinds of stuff, man. Pardon my, I'm losing my mind here.
What's it called?
Weld is the app. Download the app if you don't already have it. Reach out, connect with us, comment on this, let us know how we're doing. Keep all your negative comments to yourself, and don't let a stuck rod be your last rod. Cricut, take it away.